What if the secret to perfect parenting was admitting that none of us have a clue?
The truth, we're two real moms figuring it out in real time and keeping it real along the way.
Each episode, we're calling BS on perfection and bringing you raw combos with parents and professionals who aren't afraid to go there.
Because what if the real parenting hack was dropping truth bombs instead of pretending like we got it all together? Let's get into it.
Today, we're bringing back Dr. Chad Yarbrough, the founder of MaxGen Labs. You might remember him from episode 10, where we talked all about how genetics can help uncover hidden health risks and create more personalized care plans. But this time, we're taking things a step further and walking through our own MaxGen test results. You'll get a look at what these reports can actually reveal and how they can help you make better choices for your health. If you haven't already, we recommend going back to listen to episode 10 for the full background on Dr. Chad and why this approach is such a game changer. And if you're watching on YouTube, this is a great one to watch because we're showing you the actual visuals from our tests. Ready to take control of your health without handing your DNA over to big tech? Use code TruthMoms at maxgenlabs.com for 10% off. Let's get started. Welcome back.
Welcome back. We decided to make a two-part episode, and we brought the subject back. No, see? Oh man, childcare issues these days. I'm like, oh, now I know why. I feel like in the first year of life, people just are like, I'm just gonna stay at home and do nothing.
Yeah,
because it's hard to manage a full-time job, plus two kids, plus a podcast.
Yes. Plus everything else you've got going on.
One day I'll get it together.
All right. So last time we were here, we were talking about the MTHFR gene and like folate and all that stuff.
Should we start there? Just because that's such a hot topic.
Why is MTHFR a hot topic? When did it start? Because I feel like I didn't hear about it. And then once I learned like River had it, I feel like I heard it everywhere. I feel like it's popped up in the last couple of years.
And for people that don't know what it is, can you just explain it a little bit? Because I think we just kind of jumped into this one, assuming that people had listened to the last episode and just kind of talk about it.
We were a little rushed too the last time.
Yeah.
I've been doing this since 2011. So it's been we've known about it for a while because it was a big thing back then.
Yeah.
I think it's gotten to be a little more well known as people find out about it and just kind of expands. We've had a lot of people, I think, do a lot of podcasts and a lot of media and pushing different videos in the last couple of years. I'm not going to name names of companies, but there's another company that has like a methylation test that's $600, which is twice the cost of ours for 6 genes.
Yeah.
You get $200 with us. But they've dumped a ton of money into marketing, and I think that's really informed a lot of people, which is good. It's brought a lot of people into our world and open their eyes to say, hey, maybe we should do this genetic type testing, which is great. And I kind of think that they've done a good job there.
But that's the problem with a lot of trendier things is that there are few in every market like that, testing or supplements or whatever have you. And there are people who kind of take advantage of the system, I feel like, because if you know what I mean? Like that
totally.
Just seems like a lot of cost for
six.
Yep.
Yeah. 6 genes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's, and I think
it's not regulated, right? There's no regulation on like what you can charge or what gets covered or whatever. So that's wild to me, but someone's willing to pay it, obviously.
We've tried to make it affordable, and we have payment plans too.
Yeah.
So even our small panel, $200, and you payment plan out 6 months.
Right.
It's very affordable.
Yeah,
right.
For sure.
And that was one thing we wanted to do.
So MTHFR is a gene mutation that is basically how your body methylates. Like what does that mean? Breaks down detoxes?
What is methylation? Yeah.
It's probably the most researched methylation gene. It has to do with folate. It has to do with converting folate, because we have different types of folates. Even supplemental, we have folic acid, which I don't like. We have folinic acid, which is a better form. And we have methylfolate, which is a really, really strong, potent form.
Okay.
And if people can't make methylfolate because they have the MTHFR variant, they're going to have trouble making neurotransmitters. They're going to have a predisposition to be depressed, anxiety. There's cardiovascular risk factors. So it's a really important thing. I mean, methylation, there's over 400 different genes that require methylation in order to function. And it basically produces SAMe, is what methylation does. And SAMe we know is great for anxiety, for all kinds of neuro stuff. So it's kind of the root cause of a lot of issues, I think.
So if you have the MTHFR gene, then you want to be taking a methyl supplement, or you don't? Because that's where I'm a little bit confused.
Yes and no.
Okay.
So you got to look more. So this is why I don't like people just ordering MTHFR from Quest or LabCorp or your PCP, because that's all you're going to get is MTHFR. There's other genes like COMT, MAO, VDR, and some of the oxidative stress genes, which I think are important too, and can make you actually react negatively to methylfolate.
Okay.
So you see a lot of people, I saw when I was in practice, people would come in, I have MTHFR. My doctor put me on 2 milligrams of methylfolate and I almost killed my husband.
Right.
We had a kid cuss out a cop, punch out a window.
Okay, so I was going to say to you, that was
Yeah.
one
You
thing-
cussed out a cop?
No, I mean, who hasn't? No, with Lennon's, I know we haven't gotten into Lennon's stuff yet, but I did go and get my review with my primary care, and she had said that, so I carry a heavy need for methylation, but she does not. So I have two daughters. One is a neurochemical twin of mine, which is River, and Lennon has more of her father's traits. And she told me, she said, do not give her too much methylation because you will see aggression come through. I'm like, whoa. And I didn't realize that. So as soon as she said punch out a cop, I was like, oh, okay, I get it now.
Yeah,
But
Interesting.
yeah, so I guess over methylation could cause aggression.
totally. Yeah.
Wow.
And we've built that into our report. So our page on methylfolate sensitivity and recommendations will actually tell you what to do.
Okay.
Because the algorithm takes into like all these other genes and then tells you exactly what to do,
Okay.
which nobody else I think does that.
Yeah. Interesting.
And you can see on our methylation and folate page here, we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 genes just in the folate cycle.
Yeah, and you had said on what was it, Tuesday, that I would normally come up negative, but technically I do have some kind of SNP within
Yeah.
that would not come up. That is a one that's dangerous or not dangerous, but you said
It's
you
a
don't
little
like to
rare.
see it.
It's a little rare. You've got kind of a combination of, you don't have the ability to break down dietary folate into an absorption, into an
Okay.
absorbable form. It's not bad. You have a hetero there, so it's not like just horrible.
Okay.
But you've also got a protein that helps move folate.
Okay.
So those two together is a little kind of, you need some folate,
Okay.
but mixed folates.
Okay.
Folinic acid would work fine too.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So we're moving on to B12.
B12. I love B12. I spent a lot of time on this page, a lot of research. I can't tell you how many papers we had to go through for this, but this is a really fun topic. I actually spoke in Boston on this and had a blast.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try to keep it short on this. But do you see the top right-hand corner where the flow chart of how B12 is absorbed and then utilized in the cell?
Okay. Yep.
Let's look at that, because the boxes that we're looking at, intestinal absorption of B12, cellular uptake of B12, lab ranges. So we're actually going to look at these genes and tell you what your labs should be. So we're not using the labs that the lab's going to give you or the numbers the lab gives you. We're going to give you where they should be.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
we're looking at how your body's utilizing and absorbing it. And we'll talk about that more in a minute. And then we talk about the 4 forms of B12, because you can get 4 dietary forms. We have methyl, adenosyl, hydroxy, and cyano. Cyano being the...
Is that the one that you see in energy drinks?
Most of the time, yeah.
Everybody's, that's the thing that causes the jitters, right? If you have too much of it.
Yes.
Well, yeah,
Synthetic form.
some people, it's a semi-synthetic form of B12. It's made by fermenting different things with GMO bacteria. It's not really, it's controversial whether or not we can use it efficiently. Some people I think can, some people can't.
Yeah.
And that's genetic, and we look at that.
Right. I mean, because again, I found out with mine, right, fermented foods, would that be kind of the same thing? If I use something on a cellular level that's fermented or no?
I don't think you're going to get the histamines. It's going to be highly processed, so I think they'll be removed out. So, but we will look at those because you can buy any of these, and which ones are going to work the best for you. But cyanocobalamin is cheap. It's used in everything because it's shelf stable. So a lot of B vitamins, including methylfolate, tend to break down easily in liquids. That's why you don't see many liquid multivitamins. There's some out there. And if you use those, you got to drink them quick and keep them in the fridge. Otherwise, they're going to go bad quick.
Right.
Okay.
I'd like to see stability studies on those, but cyanocobalamin, the reason they use it a lot is it's stable in a liquid for a very long time.
Yeah.
And it's cheap.
That's the same thing with magnesium, right? I feel like B12 and magnesium, there's so many different forms. Yeah. If you're not really educating yourself, you could possibly be.
I did not know there was actually 4 until right now.
Yeah, I didn't. I knew about methyl, and I understood the cyano, is it good? But the other two I'm not very familiar with.
Yeah, adenosine is used in the mitochondria. It's a really good form for energy if someone just needs energy. It's just expensive, and it's not very stable when it's in a pill or a liquid. You won't find it in a liquid.
So I'm confused on my chart what this is saying. It's saying I need it, but I can react negatively to it. So how can you break that down for me? Because I feel like that's kind of combative.
Yeah, let me
Is
skip
that
ahead
because
real
of
quick.
the methyl part of
It says you have an increased need for methyl. I don't even want to.
Yeah. See, you've got a very slow COMT enzyme. So that's further in the report.
Yeah.
'Cause remember, we put this in order of importance.
Right.
But we are using those genes further to help up front.
Okay.
So we're taking that into account. People have a very slow COMT, typically a higher probability of reacting negatively to methylated things.
Yeah.
So that's why it's saying that.
Okay. So we'll get to that in a little bit.
So then I would be opposite because I'm very fast, so I would benefit from methyl.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You'd feel really good
So
on
I
it.
need to stop taking methyl B12.
Well, this is a tendency.
Okay.
You may be able to tolerate it.
Okay.
I'm doing a deep dive this week on COMT because I think there's a little better way to look at methyl sensitivity than what we're told to.
Okay.
So we're gonna probably implement a little more advanced. I mean, we're looking at 3 different COMT variants, which no one else does, to kind of help predict that.
I think that in these reports too, that's what I think gets so confusing in general when you're reading reports about yourself is when you hear about tendencies, you're like, how will I know? Right? Like what would be something if she's not able to tolerate it like this suggests? What would some of the symptoms be?
The aggression, anxiety, can't sleep, jitters, things like that.
I've worked on that.
Yeah.
Sometimes people crash real hard, get real sleepy.
Oh.
That's how I feel when I'm on NAD, the NAD.
Same.
Like I can't, it just does not
Yeah, it's
agree
not.
with me. Just crash.
I do the same thing. My legs get weak and I want to just lay on the floor.
Yeah. Yeah. It's wild. And it's supposed to be for energy. And I'm like, wait, this is not working
Yeah.
correctly.
Some of my staff, if we give them 30 milligrams, they are on it.
Really?
Everyone's a little different.
That stuff scares me because that's what I mean. Obviously, it's not the same, but for me, when energy drinks were really the thing, like Red Bulls, I would actually have super panic attacks. So I'm scared of anything that's like hitting you in that sense. I don't know if NAD would feel the same because obviously it's totally different. But I'm so scared of that feeling, I won't try it. When people are like, "Hey, it makes me feel sick," or I get jittery, I'm like, "Nope, I don't want anything to do with it."
You may have that caffeine snip.
See, I need to redo my whole thing.
I ended
up doing this, and then chat GPTing it with my partners, and then obviously like their dad, and then the 2 girls to see what they pulled from me versus them. And I apparently have a lot of the problems. So
It's all you.
I know it is on me. I wanted to blame their dad, but it's me.
Let me say, be careful with ChatGPT because
Okay.
I have the $200 a month plan. I use it nonstop. I even working on my own personal at home in our AI servers that we have.
Yeah.
Because that's the future. And I want to do AI with our reporting and summarizations, but I want to have control over what it says, not somebody else.
I don't share. Yeah,
But-
I do the unshare.
Yeah.
The thing I'm seeing though, if people do that, and I see people, they'll upload the raw data file from 23andMe and it won't make sense. It'll conflict. And I'm like, well, it's pulling the wrong alleles out of the raw files. And even if you give like a genetic genie report up that doesn't explain what the stuff is, it'll get the homozygous stuff kind of mixed up and give you backwards data. So I admin a lot of Facebook groups and I'm having to clean this mess up a lot.
Okay.
It's like, why is this conflicting with this? ChatGPT said, and I'm like, well, ChatGPT is designed to have a conversation with you.
Right.
The version that's free, especially the version that's free, is not really going to pay attention to everything. It gets confused a lot.
So make sure you're going to a doctor and having a conversation like we're having
But
right now with your
also
doctor.
for
Right
you
now.
guys, a great update would be if the whole family gets it, because that's what I'm really trying to understand is how my daughters differentiate from me also because we're breastfeeding, like what I can do to supplement and make sure, right? Because one of the things that came up with her is dietary issues. And, you know, we're finding out through the practitioner that like it could be stone fruits. And I don't have issues with stone fruits, but the second I eat them or give them, it's just a lot of what I'm trying to figure out is obviously me and what the best possible way for me is, but more so my children, and how they compare. But
That's I'm glad you said that. I'm going to look into that because if that's something that's interesting, I could easily have, not easily, but it could be a goal that we have a family report, how everything breaks down and how the differences.
Yeah.
Yeah, because even if ChatGPT
I've never thought of
it
that.
was cool to see the Excel
where
of
it
like,
goes.
the COMT came from mom, like came from dad, and then, you know, with River, it was like you guys are neurochemical twins, so like things that maybe test things together. I think that'd be totally cool to see.
Yeah.
But I did see that I have the MTHFR mutation and an MTRR, and they both translated to one kid and not the other. So it's just cool to see how that'll differentiate like their care and what they need. Because it's not. I mean, as parents, sometimes you just literally buy one vitamin and you're like, hey, it's for the whole team. But one kid can methylate and the other one can't, so they can't have the same vitamins.
one, yeah.
It's
Very interesting, yeah.
That's a brilliant idea. I'm going to,
Look at you, Brittainy. Brilliant Brittainy over here.
I'm all about saving people money because I've had so many patients that were just struggling to get by. That's basically why we started this company was, come see me. The labs were $1,000. It would be another $1,000 to have 2 or 3 visits with us. You're out $2,000.
Yeah.
You basically get everything for $350 or $200 now.
Yeah.
So I'm all about saving people money and helping as many people as we can. That would be great because you could even say that these are the supplements to get that the whole family can take. Susie may need this special one.
Yeah.
That could save and help people.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a great idea.
100%.
And I mean, what we're seeing, like even with MaxGen and what most people are asking us are for their children. Like we,
Yes.
Obviously truth moms, but it's just cool to see how that, what we originally thought was just for us to look at our functions and maybe for, fertility or weight loss or whatever, all the way down to your child and like the best possible.
So they can develop
the best way. Yeah.
Right. That's a good idea.
Yeah, because Lennon has E2E2.
I don't know what that is.
Good.
Good brain, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
good.
It's preventative for dementia and Alzheimer's.
Good.
Which runs in our family heavily.
Oh.
Or my side anyway.
So you got lucky.
You want to talk?
I'm the same too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Hey mama, if you're listening and thinking, I need to know more about my family's genetics, we've got a little treat for you. We're talking to MaxGen Labs today, but if you're ready to dive in right now, they're giving our listeners 10% off any of their at-home genetic tests. Whether it's nutrition, fitness, detox, or methylation, MaxGen helps you take the guesswork out of your health. Just go to maxgenlabs.com and use code TruthMoms at checkout for 10% off. That's TruthMoms for 10% off, because knowing your body is the first step to taking control of your health.
Good. Okay, let's go back to B12.
B12, let's
I don't
do
want
it.
to run out of time again today.
Yeah, sorry.
So if you look here, the first gene we're looking at is this FUT2. This is such a cool gene, and it's one of the most misunderstood genes out there. FUT2 is one of the most associated genes with B12 levels, so a lot of labs use it for low and high B12s. That's not how we should look at it. What it does is it's an absorption. It works in the stomach or in the colon. So basically what FUT2 does is it creates whether you're a secretor or non-secretor. So if we have human antigens on the cell or on the cell wall, so if we don't have those, we're considered a non-secretor. And what the benefit of that is we're immune to norovirus or stomach flu.
Okay.
And this is me. I've known this since I was a kid. I do not throw up. I don't get sick, period. My whole family's this way.
You've never thrown up in your life?
I've thrown up, but not like, I don't get the stomach flu.
Okay.
I can be around people throwing up, kids, the, what is it? The stomach flu that goes around on cruise boats.
Yeah.
Norovirus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Completely immune to
so
it.
the FUT2 is a kind of a reader for that?
Yeah. you're basically immune to it because the virus can't see you.
If you have it or you don't have it.
If you have the variant,
Okay.
you're immune to it.
Oh, how do we know if we have the variant?
You take my report,
Oh, yeah.
look at it.
Is it on here?
Yeah, go to B12.
Okay, I'm on B12.
Is FUT2 red? Oh, you printed it in black and white.
Oh, of course I did.
Yep.
Okay.
We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
But a lot of these genes have benefits and then negatives and things, and then we pass them around, and hopefully at the end of the day, the genes that benefit the most are what pass down to our kids.
Okay.
So the offset of being immune to that is you have a tendency to having dysbiosis, which is true. I can get really kind of dysbiotic.
Okay.
And I do really well with probiotics and 2FL and oligosaccharides and things like that, prebiotics. That's what people need, and it helps the stomach a lot.
Right.
But what also happens is you end up absorbing a lot of inert B12. So B12 that we don't use biologically. So we absorb it, and then you just get rid of it.
Okay.
So what that does is it artificially inflates our B12 levels. So if you go to your doctor and you have FUT2, your blood labs are going to be falsely elevated by about 20 to 30%.
Okay. I literally just got mine done on Wednesday and I came back to 1571, I think is the number.
Could be why. So a
Okay.
lot of that's is inert B12 or other
Okay.
cobalamins that the body's not going to use. You're just going to get rid of it.
Okay.
So that's why we give people labs where your lab should be. So yours should be higher than the average person.
Right, right.
Because otherwise you're going to miss low B12 in a lot of these people. I think that's a big deal. We're looking at CUBN, which is the protein that absorbs B12, transcobalamin 2, which is in the bloodstream, and it's a transport protein.
Okay.
And then CD320. I don't know anyone else that looks at CD320. This is a really cool gene. This is a cell membrane protein that absorbs B12. If you have this means your serum levels of B12 can be normal, but your cells are starving because you can't get it in. The research on this shows people have elevated B12 in the serum. Well, why is that? It's because the cells aren't using it. It's staying in the blood. You can't. So your cells are starving. You have plenty of B12. You're going to miss the B12 issue. So you need MMA, or methylmalonic acid test, for B12.
Wow.
And this is in about 7 or 8% of the population. So it's out there.
Significant.
Yeah. And there's a lot of people running around that are fatigued and they don't feel good. This might be one of their issues. Just have to really push the B12 up and take some lithium orotate to get that B12 absorbed and utilized by the cell. So it's not an absorption problem. It's a cellular absorption problem.
Interesting.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Really cool, right?
Yeah, because you could be taking B12 all day long and it's not
doing anything.
converting. Yeah.
You're just not, your cells aren't getting it in.
That's wild.
And then the other genes at the bottom really have to do with the different types of B12, mainly methyl B12. If you have the MTHFR one, you're not going to make enough methyl B12.
Right. That's me.
Yeah. So you could use quite a bit of methyl B12. Me too. I have it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I take a lot of methyl B12.
Well, see, then I think that's what I'm not, I realize I'm
Yeah.
not taking, or maybe not taking enough, because all of this low B12 symptoms is definitely like tingling feet.
Well, you may need to mix in. So lithium orotate is in the industry used to help absorb B12 and folate into the cell. You need some probably lithium orotate. I love lithium orotate. Lithium's great, really a good mineral that we don't get enough of. And there's studies in cities that have low lithium levels in the water, and their crime rate is higher than the cities that have a high level of lithium in the water.
Interesting.
It's really cool.
Wow.
Really cool studies on
Just all
minerals.
connects. It's like all little tiny things that nobody thinks about every single day, and it just
Right.
all connects and like we could really improve our society if everybody got a MaxGen test. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I wish so too. I got some student loans to pay off. But
The next couple pages, I got to say, I love that you break it down
Yes.
female to male, right?
Yep.
Yes. We're on hormones, by the way.
Yeah.
yeah,
Because obviously they are very different, but I love that the test specifies gender appropriate hormone levels so that you can really look at, for us, for women's health.
yeah, it's a big difference. We have prostate health for us. You guys have breasts. I mean, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a huge page for you guys, and we'll definitely hit that hard here in a minute. So the first page on hormones, we're looking at a gene that has to do with thyroid T4 to T3 conversion. if you have this, and most doctors, they don't check T3 levels. They just check T4 and TSH. If you feel tired, sluggish, you don't feel good, T4 level's fine. You probably should check your T3 level, especially if you have this gene, because you're just not going to convert enough of it. And you can do a lot of things like selenium helps this conversion. Inflammation slows this down. That's why inflammation was prioritized in the first section. So we should have already addressed that by now.
Okay.
So now we're cleaning up the little things that we haven't already fixed the
I
upstream
love we're going
issues.
from the big stuff down to like the cellular level.
Correct.
Love that.
Absolutely. And that's what I wanted to do with this test, because a lot of people, if they get the test and they implement what's up to this point, they don't have to go further.
Right.
They feel great. They feel fine. They've lost weight. They come off meds. They don't need the support they used to.
Right. As opposed to me being like, hey, I have T3 to T4 slow conversion. I'm just going to add zinc. That might not change.
Right. Or
anything.
somebody just is like, okay, I know that I have a hormone problem. They skip all the way here, but they haven't addressed anything here. So you
Drives
have to
me-
read it
Yeah.
front to back.
Yeah.
Start at page 1. People, they'll get their reports back and they'll put it on the internet and be like, where do I start? What do I do? And I'm like, start with page 1.
Yeah.
Just read the instructions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally. It's a lot to handle at first, but I've tried to break it down so easily. The green section, the blue section, and now we're in the purple advanced section.
Yeah.
Just focus on one section. You don't
Yeah.
have to skip ahead. In fact, if you skip ahead, you might actually kind of not do well.
Yeah.
Right.
We address a lot of things that can cause issues down the road.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a huge one. I like that. We're actually adding in another gene there this week. Total hormone levels, that's a really cool thing. SHBG, sex hormone binding globulin. This is cool because this is a protein that carries our testosterone and our estrogens and progesterone around. When that's elevated, we don't have a lot of free testosterone, free hormones to do and hit the receptors. So basically the hormone sticks to the receptor or to the protein SHBG, and then it's delivered to the receptors on the cell where it activates the cell.
Okay.
And SHBG, if we have too much of that, we don't have enough free hormones. So once again, your blood levels may look fine. You may need to take it a step further and look at the free hormone levels.
What's a free hormone?
It's a non-SHBG bound protein or hormone. So
What would it be responsible for in the body?
basically, you have too much of the transport proteins.
Okay.
So the hormone sticks to them too much and they don't hit the receptor enough.
They're just floating around. They're not being utilized essentially.
Correct, yeah.
Right.
They're basically inactivated when they're connected
Like
to
a
the
free
transport.
agent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
It's like a
But what would that if you have not enough of those? What would be the issue with that? That they're just not that you've got zero you're on the empty.
say you have a bank robbery,
Okay.
okay, and we have cops that are in 20 cars. They all drive to that scene. They stay in the car. There's still a robbery going on. They're not getting out of the car. They have to get out of the car to go
Got it.
help.
Okay.
So in this scenario, we have too many cop cars and not enough cops.
Okay.
So
Got it. And that makes sense.
So we have to measure not just how many cops are there in the cars, but how many cops are out of the car actually helping at the bank robbery.
Got it. Okay.
Great analogy.
That is, yeah, that's awesome.
It's my male brain.
Well, I know. I was like,
Cops and robbers.
I always feel like because I get it, and then I'm like, wait a minute, I'm not really sure how that translates into my life. So I need the good analogies.
Yeah. I'm always like to chat GTP. I'm like, explain it like I'm 5.
But that's just tells your doctor and you need more advanced testing,
Okay.
Got it.
which is good. That's what we want. We want to find things that we wouldn't have thought about.
Okay. This
Getting-
is one that I definitely want to ask you about because estrogen is an issue for me.
There's an OBGYN. She's a lecturer and faculty for the American Academy of Anti-Aging. She's absolutely a great woman. Tara Scott. Love Tara. She did a webinar for us on this about a month ago.
Okay.
I'd go watch her webinar.
I will watch it.
She's excellent.
I'm just deep diving. I have high estrogen.
Which is so weird because this is obviously Lennon's, but yours is saying that you have a slower than normal aromatase decreased estrogen conversion. So that would explain high estrogen, or would it?
I don't detox estrogen well.
Okay.
Yeah. It says it somewhere on this page.
Okay. Because hers is increased.
Aromatase is what converts testosterone to estrogens.
Okay.
So you have a lot of aromatase inhibitors. We use that a lot of breast cancer patients. A lot of bodybuilders use it if they're hyper dosing testosterone because you're going to convert a bunch of it into estrogen.
Yeah.
It's what gives men boobs, essentially.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. But this is a really cool page. I talked with Tara a lot with this. We worked a lot with the Dutch hormone
Okay.
company,
Yeah.
Precision Analytics, I think is who that is. And a lot of people wanted to see the Dutch hormone test, but they wanted to see the genetics at the same time. So we laid this out very similar to a Dutch hormone panel.
Okay.
So that practitioners could look at it and be like, oh, okay, this makes sense. Da, da, da. And it was a great way to lay things out.
Yeah.
But it does, I mean, the biggest things here, yeah, we need to talk about yours.
It's bad. My
Yeah.
my estrogen right now, just to give you an idea, is $6.99.
Yeah, you need a more advanced panel too. So, man. So CYP1, the biggest section on this page is there at the bottom where it says CYP1B1, where you're yellow.
Wait, I also printed in black and white.
Oh my gosh.
Well, actually,
Okay.
this is Jamie gave this to me, so
Right
blame
there.
Jamie. Okay, got it.
I guess I have to buy Jamie a color printer.
Yeah.
Anyway, the problem here is this other one. COMT is very slow over here.
Yes.
That combination is not good.
Right.
For high estrogen?
Yeah.
Okay. He was like, "Whoa, you missed it." He was like, "Whoa, you have a problem."
I've seen it wasn't that bad.
Because you have gone, right? Like, to be fair, you have gone, and here's a place to apply it. You have gone to, how many blood tests have you had now?
Yeah.
The last 4.
For the past year, I've had 4, and
Right.
I've been attacking it with artichoke extract, even like double dosing, and
Right.
it just keeps going up.
Right.
Now, to be fair, I've had a miscarriage and now chemical pregnancy, but at the same time, like it just keeps
Yeah, but it's going up significantly.
significantly.
Right.
Yes.
And so we were considering, right, the next conversation was like, do we need vitamin D? Do we need to, like,
And that's what I am on now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah.
I had full court pressed diindol methane and indol 3-carbinol.
Yep. Okay.
So what's happening here is this 1B1 that you have in the middle there at the
Yeah.
bottom. When you see variants there, CYPs are interesting. This is phase 1 liver detoxification. Variants there speed up the detox. So you would think, okay, this is good. We're detoxing faster. The problem is these phase 1 intermediates then have to be broken down by phase 2.
Okay.
And if the intermediates are what's toxic, that's what causes all the issues with the C word and hormone-based Cs.
Okay.
So what you've got here is you have a tendency to produce a lot more of the 4-hydroxyestrogens,
Okay.
which are the most reactive forms of estrogens,
Great.
or a very, very, very reactive form of estrogen. But in combination, you have a very slow phase 2 that detoxes that. So you're making a lot of it, but you're not breaking it down.
Right.
So that intermediate goes up.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Is that the 4-OH?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And then you've got the COMT.
Yeah.
Great.
So you need to support the COMT, and then you need to try to help get some of that estrogen out. That's where the DIM and the I3C comes into play to help lower that. The COMT, of course, really supporting that. I think you need to do that
Yeah.
at all. So that's the biggest thing on this entire page, and it's kind of cool that you have it. I mean, it's not cool that you have it.
I was like,
but
what are you talking
but we can talk about it.
No, it's interesting to see and to be able to relate it back, because like if I didn't have this test, right? If I didn't have the blood work that I have, like, you know, every 3 or 4 months now that I'm trying to conceive, like I wouldn't know what's going on in my body. But now I have something where I can say, okay, like I need to look at my diet. I need to get out in morning sunlight. Like I need to do the things in order to detox this stuff. But if I didn't have that, I wouldn't know, and Jamie wouldn't know, right?
Yeah.
So
you need a Dutch hormone test.
I've been told that too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like you need one. Okay. So, well, that's the benefit of doing this first too.
Yeah. So then you can go further.
You see this, yeah, like, okay, you need one, you don't, you need the MMA, and then you custom the panel out based off this.
Right.
And the symptoms, of course.
What is a Dutch hormone test?
Oh yeah. I just know that I've been told to get it from Sheba.
I'm not an expert in Dutch hormone testing by any means. But what it is, it's a urine metabolite testing. So you're looking at the breakdown products of different hormonal pathways.
Yeah.
It's very cool. It's kind of like an organic acid test, but for hormones.
Nice.
But that makes
really-
sense, right? To do this first, because you could say,
figure it
is
out.
it lifestyle? Is it genetics? Is it hormones? And then
Right.
obviously you see it's in the hormones. So you're like, okay, next step
Right.
is this test.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
And you'll see sprinkled throughout the report recommendations for labs. Like, hey, you really should have this lab ran. I'm going to break it into its own little box of labs you should order.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah, because one of mine was the thyroid.
Yeah.
Full thyroid panel
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
of the sluggishness. Right. Well, I mean, didn't say that, but that's what ended up coming from the practitioner.
Courtney's the same way.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, thyroid?
Yeah, didn't you?
I don't think so. Did I?
I was the one last time when we talked about T3 to T4.
No,
T4.
I'm
Yeah,
wrong.
that's
Okay.
me.
That's you.
Yeah. Yeah, when we checked the old test,
Yeah.
Lennon took that from me too. So we both have a good thyroid fun.
Okay.
All right. Moving on.
Is this your favorite, you said?
Neurological, the brain.
COMT?
No, it's the histamine's probably my favorite.
Oh, okay.
Because you get more bang for the buck. And see, that's the thing. People bypass that. They don't even know about it. And
No,
they,
I didn't.
they skip straight to neurological.
Yeah.
There's so much more we need to be doing.
She's excited about it too. She's very fast COMT. What's yours? You're
I'm
very
slow.
low.
I'm very slow.
But what I was saying is a lot of people, they have anxiety, they have these issues like that, and they immediately think COMT. But you got to look at the histamine. You know, histamine is excitatory neurotransmitter too. You know, it's not dopamine, it's not norepinephrine, it's not epinephrine, it's its
They
own
kind
thing.
of work together?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So that's why we prioritize histamine before
First, and
for
then,
this.
and I will say, like, I've been working on the histamine. I'm on the Dow. I think I've said this in the last episode, but like, I feel so much better going gluten-free, dairy-free,
Yep.
like on these new things. Like, I have so much energy, so much more energy that I know that I'm like on the right path. So it really does make a difference. And understanding what we're about to talk about, I think has been a big game changer as well.
The COMT? Yeah. Yeah, you've got three that you're pretty slow.
What does that mean?
Okay, so I was going to
Your
ask you.
COMT is low.
So basically, I thought that and then you can correct me if I'm wrong. I thought that I had ADHD, but now reading all of this, I think it's the slow COMT because I haven't been on Adderall in years, and I've been kind of, dealing with it. And now, like I said, been doing different things, and I feel like I'm finally becoming normal because I'm attacking it this way. And I feel like this very slow COMT can show up like ADD.
Yeah,
Is that,
absolutely.
like,
Totally. Especially with the histamine issues you have. You're
Yeah.
already stimulated there.
yeah.
If you have a slow COMT, COMT is what breaks down adrenaline, essentially. So dopamine, norepinephrine, epinephrine. If we can't break it down fast enough, it's going to build up, and we have so much adrenaline, we don't know what to do with it. And it can manifest as ADD, ADHD, because you're so revved up all the time. You're
Right.
squirrel,
Yeah.
You can't calm and regulate and be chill.
Right. Right.
So it's a big gene here.
Yeah.
Especially,
Oh, okay.
you've also got a slow MAO. So you're not breaking down serotonin either.
Good.
You have very high, which makes you happy though.
Yeah.
It's not, the opposite is people who are like severely depressed.
That's what Jamie said. Now remembering back to my original, she said something. She's like, well, you're not predisposed to having postpartum depression. I
Right.
think that's what it was. So
Yeah, there's some studies there.
Okay, wait. So then that I keep coming in and out. Hey, it's real mom talk. What does a very slow COMT and a fast MAO translate to then?
Is that you?
Yeah.
Well, so fast MAO, if you're very fast, you're breaking down serotonin. So when you're breaking down serotonin fast, you don't have a whole lot of it in the brain or in the stomach. That can manifest as depression.
Got it.
So that's why it's a gene that people look at to determine what kind of pharmaceuticals to go to for depression and anxiety. So you might do really well in like an SSRI, but if you've done everything in the report up to this point, you should be doing a lot better.
Right.
But at this point, there's some little things we can do to help support serotonin production
Got it.
and help with what you're dealing with naturally without having to go that route.
Right.
Now, of course, there are certain people who definitely need medications.
Right. As I was going to say, I feel like I see a lot of this in the report, but I truly think because I've tackled that lifestyle and what I'm eating and my activity, I don't have clinical depression. I feel high anxiety.
Yeah.
Right. Like I think I have like my moments.
You definitely have high anxiety and you have your moments.
But I don't think it doesn't manifest for me as depression. So I was very curious about that because I saw it on the report and I was like, I don't think I've ever felt.
I would say that your moments and your anxiety is very fleeting. Like it's in the moment and then it's done.
Yeah.
It's like you have to almost like get it out.
Yeah. I will say I probably don't belly laugh. Is that like I'm not like I don't get high happy. I'm always kind of
even keel.
Very deep.
Yeah, you are.
Like I'm super deep.
Yeah.
But I'm not very like
giddy.
I'm never giddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
I have like big feelings, but it just manifests as like big words, right?
Yeah.
Like it just I feel so deep, but I don't. I'm just
interesting.
Yeah.
Gotta make sense.
Yeah, that does make sense then.
But what's interesting here is Courtney's slow on both.
Is that rare?
Well, it's possible.
I'm just really slow.
Really slow.
So does that mean I'm dumb?
No.
Oh, are we sure?
It means you're going to have a plenty of neurotransmitters.
Okay.
Serotonins, dopamines, norepinephrines, epinephrines.
So I shouldn't do drugs.
No, you're basically on drugs already.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, good for you.
Good for me. That's why I don't do well with drugs. Great. Okay.
Oh, that's why I do well. No,
Exactly.
I'm not saying obviously no. I mean like the ones the mushrooms.
Like yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not good for me. Okay. Are we now on prevention? We've talked about so many drugs.
Like that's why I like the happy stuff.
Okay. Which page are we on? Are we still on neurological?
We can talk about some of these things. With the COMT, support on that, some magnesium, mag-3 and 8, supporting methylation and things appropriately because it is a methyltransferase. That's what the MT stands for, is methyltransferase. So COMT requires SAMe. We're getting a little deep here, but we should have already fixed that by now.
Okay.
So it's no longer like a thing we're working on.
Okay.
If it's still issues, we can do things like vitamin C or even give a little SAMe every now and then. Adaptogens, even some riboflavin sometimes will help. But magnesium is kind of the go-to thing on that.
Perfect.
And avoiding things that slow down COMT, like green tea.
Oh yeah.
That's why this says I can have as much green tea as I want.
Yeah.
Right.
That makes sense.
And I'm just staying away from it now.
Yep.
Now that I know that. Yeah.
Caffeine's not probably a good thing because it revs you up.
I can do like 1 cup a day and I feel pretty even. I don't know. Should I stop?
No, do whatever. There's a lot of benefits to coffee. That's some people like it, some people don't. There's good research, there's bad research.
Yeah. I feel like anything more, I do feel that jittery feeling, but like it just makes me even, like I'm ready to tackle the day, not like
Yeah.
But one will like last for a long time.
But again, what you just said, it doesn't, right? It's different for each person. And this is what kills me in the influencer world, is that we do this one size fits all. I was actually just talking to Jamie, our healthcare provider, and the tackle for me was D3. And, right now there's a bunch of influencers out there, health influencers or wellness, that are not doctors, that don't have patients, and they're talking to a general public about how D3 is rat poison. Well, someone like me who can't convert D3, right? If you take too much, it's not great, right? And as with anything. But for someone like me who cannot convert D3 and I'm historically low, and my chart suggests that I'm historically low on D3, I would benefit from that. Mm-hmm. So this is why I think this is probably, if we're going to say one size fits all, it's getting something like a MaxGen Lab, because it breaks everything down for you as a person. And then you can move on to say, do I need B12? Is it methyl or non-methyl? Do I need more magnesium? What type of magnesium do I need? Mm-hmm. Right? Like you shouldn't just straight up take anything or not take something like green tea or coffee because someone online told you it's bad for you.
Right.
And same with quercetin. Everybody was taking quercetin through COVID.
Yeah.
Quercetin will slow COMT down as well. So green tea, quercetins, things that we think are good.
Right.
That everyone's taking.
Yeah. Going back to histamine, that same thing there with the fermented foods. Everybody thinks that's good to take. Not for you.
Right.
Me?
Not for me.
Oh, no, you.
I went back and looked.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So it all makes sense. So MAO, we talked a little about this. This is what breaks down serotonin. You are kind of in the middle here, I guess. Slightly slower. So yeah, you're a little okay. Yeah. So you're very slow actually.
Every time you say that, my ego just keeps.
Not emotionally slow, but MAO slow. So this makes you happy. You're going to have no really depression issues, but this can actually manifest too as little anxiety as well, because if you get too
sense.
high of serotonin, you get kind of
Yeah.
itchy. You're not going to do well with like 5-HTP or the serotonin stuff because you're going to push it too far.
Okay.
This is actually really common with spectrum kids. Kids are on the spectrum.
So am I on the spectrum?
No, stop.
No, I mean, I think it's a spectrum for a reason. So I've always thought maybe somewhere.
No,
but-
I think we're all a little on there.
Yeah.
But what's interesting is here too, MAO breaks down serotonins, but it also breaks down dietary tyramines.
Okay.
So aged cheeses and things like that. We used to have an old antidepressant called an MAO inhibitor,
Okay.
and there was a specific diet they had to go on because these foods would interfere with MAO. So if you'd go on that diet, you do a lot better. So a low tyramine diet, they tend to calm down, they do a little better, they can focus better.
So you're saying like aged cheeses are good for you?
No,
They're
aged
bad for you.
cheeses. If you have a slow MAO,
Yeah.
aged cheeses, things like that are high tyramine are going to
Oh, like
flood
deli meat
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's because MAO, these enzymes only have so much that they can handle.
Okay.
So if they're already slow and you're throwing all these tyramine things in there that's got to break down too, it's going to back it up. You're
Okay.
going to get symptoms.
Okay.
So that's something that I like. We've seen really good results with that too, especially like I said in the spectrum kids. They
Okay.
can calm down, a little more focused.
Interesting.
Yeah. But same with adults too. Like if you're a little revved up and you got a very slow MAO like you, it might be beneficial to try that diet.
Okay.
Riboflavin 5-phosphate and pantothenic acid as well will help that. And riboflavin 5-phosphate is like the methylated folate of folate, but it's riboflavin,
Okay.
B2. So the last page of the core or the advanced section is the preventative and optimal health. This is where we're looking at APOE. We talked about that a lot in the last episode we did, or 2 episodes back, I guess. APOE, of course, is the best predictor for dementia and Alzheimer's that we have right now. We also look at a couple other additional genes that are associated with increased risk. So we put those there as well.
Okay.
So, Alzheimer's and dementia and things aren't just one gene related, it's multiple. So we're kind of paying attention to that data right now because it's a very big,
Yeah.
interesting thing and people want to see
is.
it.
Yeah.
But that's what that is. And you're E3, so you're the normal
Okay.
risks.
So you can go either way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're just average risk. The E4 is typically, if you have E4, you really need to watch the saturated fat intake, the heavy metals you're exposed to, sauna, things like that. I would be in a sauna every other day if I was E4.
Okay.
Yeah. Mediterranean diets, ketogenic diets, just limit the saturated fats.
So, okay, this is on there for everybody, the E4. Or
Yeah.
it's on there for
Yeah.
me because I'm like average risk or.
That stuff doesn't change right now, but I probably should change it because people are asking for
E3 diet.
E3, what to do, E2,
Okay.
what to do. We'll probably add, we used to do that, but I just didn't on this one.
Okay.
I need to probably go ahead and add that back. And then we have heart and circulatory health. The ones here to really pay attention to are factor 5 and prothrombin. Those are pretty significant variants. If someone has those, they need to discuss that with their doctor.
Okay.
We're screening for it. It needs to be, handled by a cardiologist.
Wait, which one?
The factor 5 and prothrombin
Okay.
at the bottom there, they're blood clotting SNPs.
Got it.
And they're kind of pathogenic in a way that you need to know about them.
Yeah.
And if you have them, there's a lot of really good things to help manage it naturally, like nattokinase or the beluco, the earthworm extract that people are taking to help break up clots.
Okay.
Those work really well for those. But it's something you're definitely going to want to measure with your doctor. So if that shows up, you need to talk to somebody about it.
Get on it. To think a lot of people aren't doing this. It's just
Right.
crazy to me.
It's something that everybody needs to know.
Yeah.
I had a friend's mom come to see me, and she had tested positive for it. And I'm
Yeah.
like, let's just run a couple extra labs, fibrinogen, and a couple other things. And came off the charts. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like we need to get on this now.
And there's people that think that they are in good health, that are eating healthy, that are or doing like the healthy, whatever society is telling them that is healthy, that are exercising daily, that are in perfect health, and then they just don't know that they have maybe these variants like hidden down, and all of a sudden something happens, and they're like, "How does this happen?"
Yep.
And it's amazing to me.
Yeah, and those labs are not part of your yearly.
Right.
And then I think a lot of people have this bizarre thought that their yearly physical labs they get every year is complete.
Yeah.
It's not.
No.
It's literally $5 worth of labs.
Right.
It's literally what I used to pay for. If I ran, a CBC is like, I think I paid $3 for that. A lipid panel, $4.
Yeah.
That's all you're getting.
Yeah.
And maybe a Kim 20 or CMP, it's another $3.
Yeah.
It's less than $10.
Yeah.
So if you don't have this info, you're not going to know to order those.
Right.
Because your doctor's not going to do it.
No.
So it's kind of a shame. Moving into the fitness, we're running out of time, but basically what we're doing here is we're looking at genes that have been associated with like injuries, how you're going to respond to different types of weightlifting or sprinting, things like that, VO2 max. And it's interesting. It's kind of cool. There's one thing that's neat about it is the altitude sickness.
Yeah, I just saw that.
Yeah.
PJ has it.
I have a decreased risk.
I've got the increased risk, and I was in Mexico City in January.
Yeah.
I almost died. Like,
Really?
It was brutal. And I knew I had that, but I didn't know that Mexico City was higher than
high.
Denver.
Oh, it is?
wow.
Yeah, it's like 8,000 feet in the air.
Whoa, so you were really feeling it.
I was waking up struggling to breathe. It was. I didn't know what was going on. I thought, did I get drugged? Like I'm in Mexico, but then I found out that it's the altitude there.
Wow.
I do think like if we're applying this to families too, what was interesting to me is to see how both Lennon and River respond to different physical activities so that we can kind of cater it. Okay.
Yep.
So that we can kind of cater it, right? So like just saying like, hey, not every kid goes to soccer, right? River might be the soccer girl, but Lennon may be, may benefit more from anaerobic exercises or things like that, swim. And that's kind of cool is as you're figuring things out,
Right.
to keep your kids active.
And
We're so active today.
And the high performance athletes, if they don't know this and they have to go perform in Denver or somewhere, the first 4 days they're going to be on the ground.
Yeah.
They're not going to be able to play.
I didn't even think about
So
that.
if you know this, they need to go a couple days before the team and acclimate and get right. Because it's, from what I experienced in January, it's not fun.
No, I
There's
would imagine.
no way I could have played soccer or done anything. I could barely walk up the stairs. It was brutal.
Okay, so the last couple of pages, the summaries, these genetic summaries and the SNP reports. This is really just if you want to go look at it at a granular level then and not how it applies, right?
Yeah. Yeah, what this does is it breaks every gene and every variant that we look at down and what it means. Now, I don't like going into this, but I do want to say one thing on this is you will see some conflicting data here as to the pretty pages in the front. Mm-hmm. And the reason that is because this is very, very singular at one SNP. And some of these SNPs or genes are more influential than others. Mm-hmm. So we've weighted these, and we have an algorithm that we've developed that takes into account multiple genes on the pages in the front.
Okay.
So pay more attention to the pages in the front. And you can go back here if you really want to dig deep and look at it. But you may see some conflicting info. But the reason it's conflicting, like I said, is there's other genes making up for it.
Got it.
We've made this stupid easy.
Yeah, I love this. But again, this is probably we're at time here,
Yeah,
which is great. It's so funny. The baby knows too. She's like, got a minute left. Thanks, Dr. Chad, again. This is like
fun.
now. Yeah, we're gonna. I feel like there's a couple of people that are always like, we got to bring them back. But this is something that I feel like I get asked about a lot.
Me too.
Even my family members, because I went from like the crunchy, you're just applying things that don't make sense to your lifestyle to, oh, okay, Brittainy has a certain thing in her genetics. She really can't handle, mine food dyes.
Yep.
And I never knew that, right? And down to, your neurological and your physical and your health from your cellular level to your lifestyle changes. And I think this is probably, again, if we're going to throw one thing that is a fit for everybody, it's a test that determines on 200 different levels and breaks down for you from your lifestyle changes down to what supplements you could be taking to enhance your lifestyle, instead of just, taking, one ad at a time and saying, I'm going to take this for hair health and I'm going to take this for gut health. Again, you said it before, everyone thinks, take fermented food for your gut health. Well, for my specific genetics, it doesn't work. It can actually hurt me. And so I think this is one thing that I would think everybody should get and take to their practitioner or talk to a professional of how to make some changes and feel better. Because that's really what it's all about, is being the healthiest selves that we can. And sometimes it's not down. I mean, mine even said was like, your diet over exercise right now. Like, let's get down to your food level first and then work out on your exercise.
And then also just getting it when they're this young.
Yeah.
And then being able to raise them according to this and be able to figure it out, like you said, with the sports, but just like with food and diet and exercise, but like it's really important.
Yeah, because the one thing I really love about, I know that we spent most of the episode going through yours, but I think what's more important to me at the granular level, having Dr. Chad walk through what, as an adult, some of the things that you can help. I mean, you're really looking at things that you've gone through in life and being like, this has how it applies. For me, taking Lennon's after listening to yours makes me realize, hey, if I can help her through her developmental phase, right, through infancy and childhood, we may not end up with these like aha moments for her health later on, because we've laid the foundation for her for her health.
Like for example, the me having ADHD really could have been my slow COMT,
right?
As what we're finding now. So I really didn't ever need to take that Adderall,
right?
So.
Or it just gives you other avenues to test before you take the Adderall,
Correct?
Right, and I think that's what's most important now.
Yeah.
Again, from the influencer thing that I was talking about to your medications, from from the pill bottles to the supplement bottles. Sometimes we just take things because we hear this magic pill is going to change things, and because we may be feeling sluggish, or we may be feeling upset, or maybe feeling not as focused, we think that's it, without really looking down into this report and saying, okay, let me test a few things and see how it works. Let me change my diet. Let me get my exercise. Let me go run a few tests on my thyroid before I go down to taking the medications.
It's treating by the least invasive method first.
Agreed.
We don't always need to start with pharmaceuticals.
Yep. No.
Sometimes, but not always.
True. Look, parenting doesn't come with the blueprint, but their genetics thankfully does.
Yeah.
True.
So appreciate you coming back.
No, it's always fun.
Thank you, Dr. Chad.
Always the one-liner at the end.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in to Truth Moms. Remember, mamas, the truth starts at home.
If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review. It really helps us reach more moms like you, and plus, it's free.
Until next time, stay strong, stay curious, and we will keep dropping those truth bombs.